Okay, here it goes. I've reset the 0, and you can probably see the mill head right there on the metal. So as soon as we go up, as soon as we do cycle start, it's going to do a G28, should come up and come right back down to this spot, and then 20 thousandths below and start cutting. Here we go. Okay, there's your G28. It's going to pause and wait for me for a cycle. It's going to pause and wait for a second. Okay, and I'm going to cycle start again, and we should start cutting. There's the mill. Okay. Looks about right. It came out of center a little bit to the edge of the... Yep. And let's see what it does. There it goes. That last feed rate was a 2. That last feed rate was a 2 inches per minute plunge rate. So what it did is it did the last 20 thousandths. And we're going to see if the DRO comes back to 0 when it's all said and done. It looks like it's cutting in the contour just fine. Going back and forth. And we're going to see if we lost any steps in the Z-axis. Don't think we did. It's finishing up the last letter now. And that's just about it. It's almost done. There we go. Alright, we're going to see our G28 here in about a second. Okay, we're going to see. It's going to finish up. It's doing the G28. And then we're going to take the piece out of the holder. There it is. It's finishing up. Take the piece out of the holder, and I'm going to show you what it looks like. You folks can't wait to see this. It just doesn't get any better than this. So we're going to take the tool clamps out. Oh yeah, this is money, baby boy. This is money. This is as good as it gets. So here we go. Ready? Wait for it. Yep, wait for it. Here we go. Just a minute. Money shot. Time for the money shot. Here we go. That's right. And ready? Here we go. Yep. Doesn't get any better than that right there. Ladies and gentlemen, there is your CNC quality at its best. It's just, there it is there. So, well, welcome to another ShopMaster, welcome to another Talk Video Network live stream. And that's pretty much it for this cut. I think I need to set the geometry the other way around or something like that, but it'll be fine. What's the DRO say? The DRO says 0, we got 5.9 tenths. I don't care. Again, that's perfectly normal. Z-axis 2.49862. That's actually right. That's exactly correct because that was actually the G28 position. I was a little shy. I think I do need to put in a tiny bit of backlash compensation now on the Z-axis. In fact, that 2.498. So that's 1.4 thousandths, 0.498, 1.4. I think that's about what I need on the Z-axis, about 1.4 thousandths backlash compensation. That might be it. I know that I believe it's set to 0 right now. So, and the Z had about the least. So, but just to show that we did not lose any steps. We'll do a go to 0. Okay, I'll do your G28 first. And that should do a go to 0. I stopped it real quick. As I was afraid, I forgot I had left a piece in there, and that's 0. And the Mach 3 says 0. And the DRO, what does the DRO say? Oh, maybe I did lose a step. That actually should have gone to 0. I shouldn't have that one. Oh wait, 0.01. No, actually, I think that might have been because I hit the escape key while I was telling it to go to 0. That right there says I lost 10 thousandths, and I know I didn't lose 10 thousandths. So that's because I just hit the escape key while I was jogging it. So Okay, so that's the way it goes sometimes. I know I sometimes lose steps when stopping it with the keys on the Z-axis. So, but if you remember from the video, it went to, I was about 1.4 thousandths shy, and I know from the last time I ran it, that's exactly where I came. When I ran the test pass, that's exactly where it came back on the up. When I came down and I did a go to 0, it went right down to 0. Back up again, instead of going to 2.5, which was the G28, again it came up to that 2.498 or whatever. So in other words, there was no lost steps. It was going back and forth between the same exact positions, and it did come back to its home position. And if I'd have gone to go to 0, I'd left it and not stopped it, it would have gone to 0. So that's looking good. I'm satisfied with it. That is an acceptable cut. That's an acceptable tool path. There was some post-processing involved. That was not just what came out of Fusion 360. That was there was a post-processor where I added some lines to places where I know that the machine loses steps, and you can see the video on that. All right, thanks for tuning in, and that's the end of this stream.